Hello, darlings. So this is probably your last ed puzzle, and it is actually not a quiz. It's kind of a review of odds and ends. And so your answers are still final, but it's a lesson, not a quiz. So you can feel free to use your notes and resources. Just keep in mind that you won't be able to use those notes and resources in a STAR test. So if you are taking a STAR test, you'll need to put this stuff in your brain. So this is all stuff that we've been through this year. And I just wanted to make sure and review it one more time this year so that you can go into next year's math class with confidence. So of course you're going to need some scratch paper and something to write with. So remember, minus and negative is the same thing as adding. So 4 minus negative 6 is the same thing as 4 plus 6. So even though it looks complicated, it's really just an elementary problem. So what is 12 minus negative 5? Now we're going to use the HP method, or if you prefer the money trick, to calculate these. Negative 10 plus negative 3. 8 minus 12. For multiplication and division, same signs make a positive answer, and different signs give you a negative answer. So these kind of things are important to remember all the rest of your life, so I want to go over them again. So what is negative 4 times negative 4? And what is negative 15 divided by 3? Now in this one, go ahead and solve for x. When you need to find a percent of something, you're going to change that percent into a decimal and then multiply that decimal by the amount. Keep in mind you will not be able to use a calculator on the STAR test, but you will have a calculator next year in math class. So when we change a percent to a decimal, we're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left or backwards this way. So what is 3% as a decimal? And what is 11.25% as a decimal? So Rishi, my buddy Rishi gets a job at the Apple Store and earns a commission of 11.25%. How much commission does he earn if he sold $4,500 worth of Apple products? All right, IQR. So IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So what is the IQR of this group of numbers? So first, let's take a look at a bit of a review for Box and Whiskers. It's been a long time since we've done that. So let's enjoy some little clips from our song.
I put it down, max, min, and median. Box and whiskers, box and whiskers, box and whiskers, box and whiskers. Straight line, boxes too. Don't be scared of it, it's easy to do. Before you splatter all the...
All right, so you got to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. And you find the median, the middle number, and then the median of the first half is your Q1, and the median of the second half is your Q3. So go ahead and find Q3 minus Q1. So IQR is interquartile range. And so that's the Q3 minus Q1 that is on a Box and Whiskers graph. So then we also have the just regular old-fashioned range, and that's the big number minus small number. So we're going to go back to that group of numbers, and you're going to tell me what is the regular range of it. So here's the group of numbers. All right, so also remember that multiplication sign has changed a lot this year from what it used to be just an X in elementary. It can be a star, a dot, or it can disappear completely. So tell me the answer to this problem. Also, another way to say multiplication is the product is the answer you get when you multiply. So what is the product of negative 4 and 5? All right, one of the things they really want you to know is how to put fractions in order from least to greatest. So to compare fractions, we learned about taking two fractions and doing that butterfly, that cross multiplication, and you have to go up to do it. Or if you want to divide them all into decimals and then compare the decimals to each other, least to greatest, that would be another option. So let's review how to compare decimals. To compare decimals, you line up the decimals, and the first, or the numbers on the left, are the most important. So let's practice with decimals. Go ahead and put these decimals in order, least to greatest. Then let's try with some fractions. They don't have any relationship to the decimals. I totally made them up. So go ahead and take these fractions and put them in order from least to greatest. You can use the butterfly, two at a time, or you can compare the decimals after you divide them. All right, stem and leaf plots. So once again, it's been a long time since we've done these. And so remember, this is the tens place, and this is the ones place on most of the examples. So this is the number 13. This is the number 7. This is the number 43. So on this stem and leaf plot, what number is the mode or occurs most often in the stem and leaf? All right, last topic, scientific notation. And so, of course, you've seen in Miss Kiki's class that this is going to come back to you. And of course, in physics and chemistry, we use it all the time. So it's important to remember this, and this year is the first time you saw it. So scientific notation is a number between 1 and 10 multiplied by 10, and then the 10 has an exponent telling us how many dippy-doos to make. So also remember, a positive exponent is going to make a big number, and a negative exponent is going to make a small number. So we can take a look at this example. We have a number between 1 and 10 times 10, and then the exponent is going to tell us the dippy-doos, and it's a positive exponent, so it's going to make a big number. So what is the number that this scientific notation makes? All right, now, scientific notation is supposed to be a shortcut, so let's take this big old number and put it into scientific notation. Then we can also take scientific notation and put it into a regular number. And a regular number is called decimal form, in case they throw that at you in the future. All right, so you're almost done with 6th grade. I wanted to review some of these concepts that you're going to need not only in the STAR test, but just later on in life. And so feel free to go through and review these topics, and you made it through our review of some 6th grade topics. Have a great day.